week's Hoosier News Source. I'm Adam Reinhart.
And I'm Erin Carson. Students who are staying in Bloomington for the summer to work or take classes may still be looking for a place to live, but there isn't much time left to secure housing. If you are in this situation, a perhaps overlooked option involves searching the classified section of OneStart. You can find other students looking to sublet, or you can list your apartment there and earn some extra money while you're away. Before you do anything, consult the experts at Student Legal Services on the corner of 7th and Fess, across from Dunn Meadow. They offer free legal advice to students, and they can help you with any housing contracts before you sign them. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website.
2 weeks ago, we covered the ongoing pedestrian safety issue on campus and what pedestrians can do to keep themselves safe. But the people crossing the street aren't the only part of this safety equation. Today, in part 2 of this story, Hoosier News Source reporter Deanna Albritton investigates what is being done by drivers and the administration to keep students safe.
Last year, medians and redesigned crosswalks were installed on Fee Lane due to recommendations by the Campus Traffic Safety Task Force, which was formed after student Peter DeWong was fatally hit by a car in 2009. However, 1 year later, some students argue that some of the most unsafe crossing sections here at IUB have not been addressed. Task Force co-chair Kurt Zorn cites one reason for why all areas didn't get crosswalks at the same time.
So what the committee did in conjunction with the city, the task force, was we decided to put in the 2 test crosswalks to see whether they made a distinct difference.
Zorn goes on to say that anecdotal evidence, including reduced vehicle speed, shows that they have made a difference. But besides slower cars, the Fee Lane medians also correct an issue still plaguing the Jordan Mack crosswalk.
Now, pretty much every bus stops here at the Jordan Mack bus stop, but the cars, most of them just go right around.
I always feel safe crossing here, but the only thing that I don't like is like when there's a bus right there, you can't see when a car is going around it and you have to walk out halfway into the road, and sometimes the cars go really fast, so it's kind of dangerous.
Zorn says part of the problem is simply the number of problematic crosswalks.
Demand is always greater than supply, and the demand for enhancements to infrastructure always outstrip the supply of funds available.
In the meantime, Zorn says administration will continue to look for ways to educate pedestrians and bicyclists on how to keep themselves safe. I'm Deanna Albritton, Hoosier News Source.
As part of a program to raise poverty awareness, some IU students took part in the $2 challenge sponsored by the Trockman Microfinance Initiative. In the program, participants lived on $2 a day for 36 hours. In addition, the students were not allowed to use electronic devices such as cell phones or any hygiene comforts except public restrooms. The event, which lasted from 8 a.m. Wednesday to 8 p.m. Thursday, was intended to make students aware of the daily troubles experienced by citizens of impoverished nations. This was the second year IU held the event after last year's successful $2 challenge.
As we get closer to this year's mayoral election, the top 2 candidates took to the stage to debate the major issues in hopes of swaying voters. One main issue of concern for Bloomington is the fate of the Bloomington Hospital. Stay tuned for a sports update after Hoosier News Source's Kevin Wang investigates this story.
Located off West 2nd Street, Indiana University Health Bloomington Hospital has been mentioned a lot among city officials and also the local community. And for the new mayor of Bloomington, moving it away to somewhere else farther from downtown or not is the center of the argument. Only 2 weeks away from Bloomington mayoral primary election, the city's 2 most popular candidates, 2-term incumbent Mayor Mark Cusin and his challenger John Hamilton, also a Democrat, went head-on last Wednesday during a debate on campus. For both candidates, moving away the hospital is not a great idea.
It is a very important asset to the city. It is the 2nd largest employer in the city, 2,500 jobs. And for all we talk and care about sustainability, that would be one of the most anti-sustainable actions we would see in this city in many years to have the hospital move.
I actually stopped a sewer extension from going out to the land where the hospital wants to move. You can't be more proactive in trying to stop an anti-sustainable measure from being taken.
But the difference is how each of them is going to execute their plans, if they do have one in their platforms.
I do think that there is a chance to keep the hospital downtown, and I would work my darndest to create a real plan for the hospital to be able to invest new money, build a new hospital downtown, create a new health center, which would create significant opportunities downtown.
Well, John, you said that you would have in 60 days had a plan. You've been running for mayor for 180 days, so I'm looking for your 3 plans. So I'm hoping in your minute rebuttal you talk about not the lack of the other guy's plan, but what is your plan?
Despite the different campaign directions Mark Cruzan and John Hamilton are heading towards May's primary election, they do share some similarities. Both of them are expressing their willingness to work with the local community on certain issues, and both of them are connected to IU Moral School of Law. And for more IUS TV coverage on this primary round, please log on to our news website in the upcoming days. Now I'm Kevin Wong reporting from Memorial Union.
Now for all your information about Hoosier News, Hoosier sports and beyond, we have H&S correspondent Macy Moreland in the studio with your sports update. Macy?
Thanks, Erin. Well, it's been a while since our last update, so today I think I'll just try to cover the bases on the Hoosier home front. As most of you know, last weekend's Little 500 is one of the most important athletic events at Indiana University. The teeter team for the women came out on top, just beating Pi Beta Phi. The men's race was, of course, won again by the Cutters. It seems like this group cannot be defeated. I don't know how they do it. They managed to finish the race just 4 seconds ahead of Phi Delta Theta. Ouch, so close. This outcome is getting a little too familiar for us Hoosiers. Moving on to NCAA sports, Hoosier Derek Droon of the men's track team is now a 3-time national champion of the NCAA men's high jump competition. He also now holds records for the high jump in both the Big Ten and Canadian track record books. Wow, the bar was set in an astounding 7 to 7.75 feet when he jumped for the final time. That makes him capable of jumping over Shaq. Maybe we should get this guy a Hoosier basketball jersey. He's got ups and the team could definitely use a little help. However, this season, the men's track team finished up as strong at 6th place overall, tying with Minnesota with a total of 27 points. The women's team finished 36th with a total of 5 points. Here is more great news on the Hoosier home front. Indiana's softball star Morgan Mello plunged straight into the record books last week, breaking the school's record for the most strikeouts. Mello has an astounding record of 375 strikeouts for the year, breaking the 1986 record of Unterbrink's 370. Her leadership is definitely paying off, considering the women's softball team continues to lead the Big Ten at number 2 behind Michigan. The baseball team also has a player breaking records. Hitter Jared Saborin broke the school's record with 306+ hits. Wow, this season is definitely giving Hoosier athletics a big up. We're looking great out there, so let's keep it up. Back to you, Adam.
Thanks, Macy. Bloomington is a bike town. Keeping with this theme, bike maintenance and safety was a key issue in a Sustain IU event at the SPIA Quadrangle on Thursday evening. Local bike maintenance masters were stationed outside the building to conduct demonstrations for the public on how to properly ride bicycles. Following the 90-minute session, visitors were taken to the Kelly Complex for a free outdoor presentation of the film No Impact Man. The event was part of Sustain IU's week-long celebration of Earth Week, hosted by the Student Sustainability Council. Other Earth Week events include a lecture on sustainability consumerism, a trash talk poetry slam, and a sustainability internship symposium.
With finals just around the corner, organizations around campus are doing their part to help students prepare and deal with stress. The Neil Marshall Black Culture Center is offering study tables this week from 6 p.m. to midnight. The study tables are open to all students who need a quiet place to study, and food will be on hand to help sustain studiers. For more information, stop by the Neil Marshall or visit their website. Other events around campus include a restorative yoga session at the SRSC, Union Board's finals breakfast, Dead Week dinner at La Casa, and a stress seminar at Teeter hosted by the Academic Support Center. For more information about these events, visit our website at iustvnews.wordpress.com.
Remember to check the news department's newly launched online news site. This will give you the opportunity to follow up with stories you see on the show and get more in depth. You can read full transcripts of stories and see what other news didn't make the show. Check it out at iustvnews.wordpress.com.
Well, that's all we have for you this week on Hoosier News Source. Check back with us next week for one of our last episodes of the year.
And for more national and entertainment news, check out What's Up Weekly with host Mike Walker and Brittany Bradley. See you next week.